Alright, people, well, we live in Library. You know, we busting this spot all the time. We making a little, let me see what's going on and the thing there.
Come and see what's going on here.
Yeah, right.
Breadfruit.
Breadfruit.
Saltfish. Asian saltfish.
A man best friend. Dashing
it.
Bush. Well, I know how to describe this.
Saltfish.
Right. So that is what will be happening here today. It's how it's done, but I know what's happening. You see, across on that side we have some Muslims. They don't eat cocktail.
Alright.
Alright? On this side we have some vegetarian. They don't eat nothing dead. Wait. Now people on the live, hear what happening. The sentiments of the audience is not that of Victor Roberts. I put another disclaimer one time. Alright? That is not Victor Roberts. Good. And then on this side, we have the Eat It All group. They eat it with meat, without meat. With fish, without fish. They eat it. They just eat it. Alright? And on that van there, we have the side, a side of youths on top there. Them only saying that are talking plenty and the food ain't cooked yet. Right? And then, under the house down there, we have our next crew waiting for the food to done. How this look like? How that look like Archie so? Watch Archie. Look Archie. Take Archie coming in there one time. Take Archie coming in there one time, boy. Well, Archie finally find me down in the heart of Library, boy. Archie finally find us down in Library. Look Archie, boy.
Good evening, Matilda, always on the live, boy.
Yeah.
Matilda Rose, good evening.
Good afternoon. How things in New York? Or America? I know what part it is, but how things in America?
And Marie, you too, you always on the live. You cooking some
oil down.
So some oil down.
Look Archie, boy. Look Archie. Look the man himself, boy. Look
Man
the
himself.
Boy. Archie, don't know. Wait till they light the spot, boy. I know like this fire here, you know. I know like this fire here.
Everything heating up.
Pot spoon. I ain't seen no pot spoon on there.
Yes, man.
What's going on, Archie? Are you doing good?
Yeah. Well, this thing is evolving, boy. That's a real bacchanal empire, I tell you.
No big joke.
The fella will survive.
I don't use that ring out, get made. Enough for your fingers.
They're not from here. Boy, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Nah, I didn't hear. I caught it. When I was hearing that, you see, brother? Yeah, man.
Love in the house at all, man.
Well, what's your? I'm always there when I'm by myself right now. So when you're done, come on by me.
Yeah.
So that way, right thing, my father pay you one now. And when you're done, fire up the road. I'm back and forth, right?
Yeah. We come and we get everything there. We get all the water and everything.
Anything call me, right? I organize. Are you saying no?
Oh, you don't know what's going on here.
Alright, alright. With the food and done yet, it smell like it right there.
It's smelling so.
Yeah. Oh, really? The only thing I did picture him is that, but you know my hand.
Yeah, come now, man. Come now, man. People on the live only saying the comment.
Wait there.
Richardson, come now, man. We have a bowl for you.
This is an oil down with a difference. No pigtail in this oil down. Salt fish. Thank you, Tracy. Well, a piece of bread food fall on that down there. Yeah.
Archie,
Laziness set up.
laziness is a sin. Laziness is a sin. Every day I was going up till 12 on the side, don't be like it. Till 12. Laziness is a sin.
Just eat 4 pieces, you get 3.
And I brain too, eh?
You know what you think looking at?
Let's see that. Well, Lima, you gotta get our bowl first. All that work you're doing there.
Have it be.
You can try and put our coconut water, coconut milk, boy.
Straight from the goat.
This is how we just do oil long here in the country. No.
Pack coconut milk.
Yeah. No pack coconut milk.
And we're only using cold bottle. But this is prepared
Coconut milk.
by Victor Roberts. Inside that fish. That fish, show them how we just do it here. Watch, next pot we making here with Tobago, partner had to put it down for you.
Yeah. He had to put on the next spot.
Yes, I tell you what you want to cook, we bring in the ingredients. And you're putting it down for you.
Yeah, man. While down in library, I thought nobody could contend with this. I know it go all kind of copycat. You see this? Or you can't contend with this at all. All them copycat and them who trying all kind of thing down, all down Los Bajo, all down Santa Flora, all down on that side. Or you can't compete with this. Or you can't compete. Trying to chain up the youths and them.
Right, need a cover to rinse out. I drain the car, drain the ID.
Cover in on that pot,
I tell you, I have a big cover in
cover the whole pot. Well, you know that. When Rowley lying about the petrol train thing, you understand? You went back in laugh until and make it happen.
She was COVID, not all of us. I still see it. I tell you live and I tell you something, all of us.
Family don't feel like I make you out, you know. I make you out, eh? Good rising. 50 something.
She have a powerful carry.
You have a power?
Yeah, you power from the van.
Alright. Plus it's streaming on Facebook. Streaming something so that was 600 people.
Don't do that.
Stream live. See our chief setting up.
a lucky man because I don't come
Huh?
She's asking me how I come outside. I said, you are going to be a lucky man because I don't come outside. That's not even the thing, man.
Have some luck. Everybody have some luck. I would not get this one here to start with it. I have some luck.
Yeah, yeah, just have some luck.
Baba, woman like this. I have to have some luck.
Yeah.
But I also have to have some beauty too, eh? Handsome dude. Handsome dude.
Okay.
Alright.
That get me down inside library, industrial lane. You having a little cook here?
Lee, give me one. Yeah.
Again, we in library.
Friday morning.
You having a little oil down.
Oh, clean it.
Get up!
Yeah. We cry from the ghetto, and the way on them feel like they don't care about somebody now. Pick the vibes, if it was to your better life. Yeah, share the light. When the youth them, no, we got to try. Pick the vibes, if it was to your better life.
Pleasant good afternoon,
Yeah, share the light.
each and every one. Today we are going live from the park in Library. This is an area that boundaried by Industry Lane on one side. This street over here, Trace, is what you name that one across there? Industry Lane, right, wrong? Right, so right, north, south, east, west, everything. But we're down in Library, and today we're having a time. Of course, today is our fortnightly cook that we conduct in Library. And this is a cook that will be continuing until we cover the whole of Library. Actually, what we are about is really to bring back the love in Library. We want to bring back that fellowship. We want to bring back that unity in Library. And what we hoping to achieve within all of this is a type of representation that we will call the people's representation. Of course, as I always say, Victor Roberts, people come first before party. I maintain that. I know some people have a problem with that, but that's not a problem. It's a matter of fact that's a problem for you. But with me, it's people first, party after. And this is what I am encouraging Labre to do, to put themselves first before they put a party first. Because Labre have supported a party for over 47 years, and then to the end of the day, what we have is a number in the parliament. We have an individual in the parliament who represent the party and not the people. And I make no qualms about that because that is a fact. We have been promised so much in Labre. A matter of fact, the wealth that comes out from Labre, even today on a daily basis, the first well that was drilled in this country was drilled in Labre. We have the pitch lake, we have natural resources. And today, when you look at the natural resources that we have in Labre, and you can compare that to the standard of living to the people in Labre, we can realize that it just can't add up. It just can't add up. Because, a matter of fact, we have built this country. Labre have built Trinidad and Tobago. Labre is a constituency that had the economy up and running. We have really make our contribution in society. And yet, to the end of the day, what we have from 56 to now is people passing through, purporting to represent the people, but the truth and in fact is that they represent the party. We will change this. We want every political party to know that Labre needs representation. Labre needs deliverance. Labre need development. Labre need infrastructure. Labre need people who can be self-sustained. And the way in which this can happen is that we must be able to bring meaningful change in the constituency of Labre that will develop the Labre. When you look on this side, we have youths. Labre full of youths. Labre comprise, a matter of fact, more or less on the electoral list, we have about 27,000 individuals who is eligible to vote in the constituency of Labre. And when you look at this, ladies and gentlemen, you will realize that about 70% is people under 30 years. And to the end of the day, what is there to enhance, to develop, and to help the youths to be self-sustained? In Labre, we have one or two private individuals who may try to put together a little small studio. We have, a matter of fact, I know of about 2 in the constituency of Labre. But to the end of the day, there is no funding, there is no help, there is no development. We have in Labre a number of youths who are capable of rapping, some of them into dancehall, some calypsonian, some into soca, some into drama, some into a number of different activities. But to the end of the day, there is absolutely nothing to build, to move Labre forward. And my role in this constituency is a simple role. My role is to help people to see what they couldn't see over the past 50 years. And that is to see the light. And the light I'm speaking about is to see the reality as to what take place over the years in this constituency, as to why we are still one of the worst constituency in this country. We have seen 10 years under the UNC. We have seen development, 5 years under Pandey, 5 years under Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessa. We have seen tremendous development. And coming out of those development, I have taken a position in that I joined the UNC based on policy. Based on policy. I have supported the PNM, my parents, my mother, my grandparents, all of us. We have supported the PNM. And I remember when I supported Stanley Ryan in somewhere down in 2000, somewhere back there, under Basio Pandey, I remember my father telling me that I had to find somewhere to go. And that is how serious the thing was at the time. But coming out of that, I have seen the light. I have understood without a doubt that representation comes with commitment, it comes with dedication, and therefore this is what we are into in Labre. And I am asking every individual in Labre to stand up I am not asking you, the African people, to sell your race out, you know. I am not asking you that. I am not asking you to turn your back against your race. We are Africans, and of course, we must support our race and our culture. But I am asking you to take a decision that will help enhance your ability to become self-sustained in this country. That is what I'm asking you to do. I am not asking you. You know, last night I stopped by, what's the name of this supermarket in Penal before the police station on the left-hand side? Food Basket. I stopped to get some saltfish. I see man smiling. I stopped to buy some salt. Let me fix that because I know it have bullet. It have all them places where Alwari and Rowley and them just go online, right? I ain't talking about that. I stopped to get some saltfish to cook. And while Limoy came out and went to get the saltfish, a gentleman walked up and he asked me, he said, I know this man. You the man that support the UNC? I said, no. I the man that support the people. He said, but I just see this van with everything UNC having. I said, yeah, you're correct. He said, but I want to ask you a question. He said, you as a black man, I am a black man, Rowley is a black man, how you could support the Indian? So I asked a question. I said, all right, I could ask you a question before I answer you. He said, yeah. I said, you tell me what support the black man Rowley giving you. He said, well, right now, boy, we ain't getting nothing, you know, it's hardship, but you know, we still have to support we kind. You know what is my kind? My kind is human being. My kind is individual. My kind is the poor, the oppressed, the downtrodden. My kind is the people who have never benefited from the wealth of this country. That is my kind. My kind is the people who continue to suffer when government come and government go. That is my kind. That is the people who I intend to support. That is the people who I will do everything to represent. That is the people who I am going to try to make a difference with, to help them to understand that this, the wealth of the country, is not about your kind. It must be about you. That is what it must be. When you look at the PNM structure, let me see how much African we have on the frontline bench. We have Kazem Hussein, African. African. We have Rohan Sinanan, African. We have Colin Imbut, African. We have Faris Alwari, African. We have Stuart Young, African. So then what are they telling me about? What are they telling me about? That is the African government. All you fooling on yourself, all your mama guy on yourself, all you just wasting time. Let me tell you something. Governance have to be about people. Governments must be about you and about me. The wealth of this country doesn't belong to Keith Rowley, Kazem Hussein, Faris Alwari, Stuart Young, Kazem Hussein, Colin Imbut. The wealth of this country belongs to you, the people. And until you wake up and open your eye to realize that the wealth of this country belongs to you, is until the PNM will continue to use race and propaganda about them on that side and we on this side and black man and all that dotish man, to keep you in bondage, to keep them in power, to benefit out of this treasury while you continue to suffer. That's what it is. People realize that this is a political game. This is mental slavery, according to my friend. This is what they keep you in. They have you to believe that the color of your skin and the texture of your hair is what is matter to you. Well, you can allow that to be of importance to you. I want to tell you what is important to you is the standard of your living and the way in which you can move forward in a country. When you look at Singapore, Singapore has no oil. Singapore has no gas. You know what those people, Smithy, do in Singapore? They develop the human development. They ensure that the people educated. They ensure that the people can be self-sustained. And watch, it is one of the, when you look at Singapore compared to the countries that have oil and gas, it is top of the line. Exactly. We have a prime minister here. We have a prime minister who came into power in 2015. And he said to us, look, the African man behind. Do you remember that? The African man behind. Lo and behold, we believe that Keith Rowley would have introduced measures and policies to help push the African man level with the East Indian. Yeah, they can't take it when I'm talking real Smithy. Push the African to be level with the East Indian. You know what Keith Rowley do? He pushed the African man further behind. Far, far behind. You know why? He cut everything to develop the African man. He cut textbook. He cut laptop. He cut gate. He cut MIC. He cut everything to help the African man to move forward. So then what we are doing with this man who we believe is the African man. That's my question. I want to ask you something. I want to ask you something real, you know. I want to ask you, 47 years of PNM. Smithy, how much African contractor you know with 2 excavator, 2 roller, 2 backhoe, a bobcat and a low boy? I want to ask you, how much African you know with a drugstore? Well, let me ask you, how much African you know with a supermarket? So then, where are we going as Africans? I elaborate, I'm speaking to my African brothers and sisters. That is what I'm speaking to today. So where are we going? Where are we going with this PNM? And that is what I'm trying to get people to see. I am trying to get people to see that under the African government that you call your government, who benefit? All the African benefit? Show me one African who benefit. It has some of them on social media, some of them as talk show hosts, some of them who get a little CPEP contract, coming on spreading a propaganda. Boy, support your own, support your own. You know why they're saying that? Because them gain support, and the support them gain, the day the PNM change, them support gone. Them and all begging. We have to move away from this kind of politics. We want a politics in this country that whoever in power, the country benefit. That's the politics we want. Whoever in power, the equity come across the board. That is what we want in this country. We don't want to hear about Indian and African. We don't want to hear about that kind of politics. We want to hear about people politics. We want to hear what needs to be done to develop the human being in this country. We want to know what needs to be done to develop library. I have some ideas for library, and as we fellowship in terms of what we're doing here, I will be talking to you. You will be sharing some ideas with me, and we want to put a committee together to look after the affairs of library. Library must decide their future. We must not allow Keith Rowley to tell us a plyboard factory coming. All they get a promise since in 2015. Where the plyboard? Where the plyboard? He said a plyboard factory coming. They talk to Suriname, they talk to Guyana, they talk to the stakeholders, they sign memorandum of understanding. Where the plyboard? Well, it looked like he applied. Some people just call it a plywood factory, but I like to say plyboard. All right? Next thing we hear is a port. Rowley come down in 2020 and he tell us, watch, the port organizing, we don't sign this, we don't do that. Chinese come, they don't do a proposal, they don't go through, they do all kind of thing. Where the port? Where the port we expecting? It look like it's Port of Spain. And that's what I'm saying. So the boys and them will get a little work in terms of labor. And after the labor done, you know what's going to happen? Is the outside people going to benefit. So we are saying, if a port have to come in library, then we must have the necessary courses in library to train the youths to take up position in that point in a permanent structure. Not give them a crash course and then you come and you give them a few day work on the port and then after that is the end of it. We have to bring meaningful policy in library in order to develop library. I'm a Tobago friend, he come down here. And watch, he walked through and you know what he tell me today? He said, brother, the most amount of hardship and poverty I see is in library. Tobago lying? Tobago tell me that today. Tobago tell me, he said, look, In Tobago, we have buses, maxis, everything, taking the children to school. Tobago, come across on this side. Tell them what is going on in Tobago. I will tell them what is going on in Tobago, Tobago. Tobago, you don't have to come on the camera, watch. You can sit behind the tree and talk. Tell them how the transportation does work in Tobago with the school children.
Well, in Tobago, we do have a problem with children going to school. We have buses, we have maxi taxis passing, dropping the children to school, picking them up. Whereas in these rural areas, we're seeing where if you don't have money to send your children to school, they can't go to school, and that is not right. All right, I don't know.
Thank you, Tobago. So you hear what Tobago say? Tobago, you don't hear on a holiday? Or you, right. No, basically, no, when they hear Tobago, wait. No, when they hear Tobago, they don't come quite down in Labre. Tell yourself, it's more than holiday. Eh? You know, some calypso, then they sing a song, is the oil in the coil that had them Labre woman looking so. I want them Tobago to know. Tobago say he gone. So, ladies and gentlemen, my Tobago partners say that in Tobago, the THA have it so structured that they have buses, maxi, picking up the children, dropping them to school, picking them from school, dropping them back home. Why in Trinidad we don't have that facility? Why we have to stretch? I know people have to rent, people have to pay buses, people have to pay maxis. Why? That is my question. Is it a spite by Keith Rowley? Is it to say that Keith Rowley, I want to ask you a question. You know. You hate black people so much or you hate Trinidadian? I want to ask you that, Keith Rowley. You hate black people or you hate Trinidadian? Which one you hate? I asking you, I ain't casting no aspersions. Because you can't tell me that Trinidad, who is the financier to Tobago, and yet to the end of the day, Tobago have much more better structure and facilities in relation to education than Trinidad. So Keith Rowley, I think it's either you want the people in Trinidad to remain dunce to keep in power, and you see, I'm glad they were sending Tobagonians to school, you know. I'm glad they had free bus and free maxi. That's why they voted out, because they're smart. I'm glad they was giving them free things. I'm glad you carry over 50 million in Tobago so they could vote you out. And I hope that Trinidadians take a pattern. I hope they take a pattern to understand that politics, voting have consequences. People must not just vote for a party or vote for a race. People must vote for policies, vote for development. That is what Labre needs to do. Katian, that is what Labre needs to do. Vote for development. And I think about time I call one or two people to talk from Labre. Who want to talk first? Smithy, you want to go first? Tracy, you want to go first? Katian, you want to go first? Who want to go first? All right, Smithy coming in. Smithy, welcome. I'll give you the mic.
Yes,
Smithy.
Yes, good evening.
Smithy, yeah. I would like you to tell Trinidad and Tobago what you believe happened to Labre over the years. Two things. One, what neglect happened to Labre over the years, and two, what you think needs to come to Labre to develop Labre. In your own words, in your own time.
Okay, Victor. First, I want to endorse this man because I felt his vibes. I've spoken to him on numerous occasions and I've seen the passion in this man. This man wants to represent you all. And I think he could and he would if you all just give him that chance. Yeah? And Labre people, let me talk to you about something. I like to draw from people who are a little more brilliant than I am. And I'm going to draw from the most Reverend Louis Farrakhan of the Islamic faith. Right? And Louis Farrakhan said once, you people, our people here in Labre, we are treated as hunting dogs. You know what a hunting dog is? A hunting dog, you can have it locked up in a cage. Like for 1 month, you ain't bound to feed it. And then you want to go and hunt, you take him out. and you go to hunt with your hunting dog, and you shoot the bird from the tree, bang, and that hunting dog run. That hunting dog didn't eat for a month. But that hunting dog run, picks up that bird and bring it back to the master's foot, and then the master says, good dog. And then he puts you back in that cage for another 10 months until he's ready for you again. And this is what you're doing to the PNM. This is what the PNM is doing to you. So when you come, you vote, and you put them there, they say, good dog. What you get? What do you get, lovely people? I'm trying to break it down as simple as I possibly can. Listen, you people would know me around here. You know me from the bowels of the PNM. You know me working in the constituency office under Mr. Fitzgerald Jeffrey, the MP. And today I am saying the PNM has outdone their usefulness. They has expired. They cannot do anything else. Like an expired pill, you won't use it because it wouldn't heal it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. There you go. We have to understand PNM has expired. Everything, only God doesn't expire. We does expire. Everything expire. PNM has expired. And we have to recognize that. Recognize that PNM is no more. Yeah? Listen, Mr. Victor Roberts, who I am endorsing at this stage, I am putting myself here to endorse Victor Roberts as your representative. Try him. You may like him. But you have an MP who you put there who 98% of you don't know. The people in Labrador don't even know. Why is the MP? Anybody here can tell me the MP name? The MP, the present MP? Anybody can tell me the MP name? There you go. Nobody knows the MP name, let alone know the MP himself. They don't know the MP name. If you ask them his name, nobody knows. So who is the MP? They don't know if he's black, brown, short, tall, or indifferent. You know? So I really want to talk to the people of Labrador. Those who are here in this podcast, those who are listening, all you understand it. You are just like the hunting dog. Good dog, you have done your job. Good dog. Go back in your cage. Go back in your cage. While I enjoy all the nice meat, I just shoot down there and you are the helper. Yeah? So, all right, I want to go back onto something that Victor was talking about. You have to support your own. Who is your own? Who is your own? PNM is not your own. Who PNM belong to? The PNM belong to the 1% that is kicking you in the part where it hurts most. And the only reason why that 1% don't have their own political party is because they have you. You to vote and put them there. And then you think you have a black party? You think you have a black party? Huh? Listen, there are lots of things that we are not understanding, and I want to open all your eyes, please. I plead into all you. Open all your eyes. An election will be coming up soon, maybe before we think it is. And Victor Roberts, I am endorsing Victor Roberts as a candidate you should vote for. You could vote for. That man has spirit. That man has spunk. That man said something which resonates in me. He says it's not about party, you know. He said, I will have to align to a party at all times. But if the party forsake me and my constituents, I will have to draw back. I want to represent you all. I don't want to represent a party. And that resonates in me. And that is something that will make me beg you to follow a man like that. Because the man not running for no party. Although I know the UNC, the party in which he belongs, has a certain amount of respect for all all MPs. I've seen it because Kamla Prasad Basesa was here for 5 years. And every MP, all they had to do is to be accountable to her for what they spend. But she tried to give them at least 50% of what they asked for. Some get more, some will get less, but we don't have equal fingers. And if you hold over a period of time, everybody will get what they want. But nobody will get 100% at any one given time. And we cannot expect that when we put Kamala Prasad back in office. What we will expect is that we would get a better share of the cake. Mister, we have a main road, not a back road, you know. We have a main road proliferated with potholes. Sometimes I just ask, where is the road? Where is the road? It's a proliferation of potholes. We could export potholes from south. If only want potholes, we're selling them cheap. You could get 10 for $1. First we have. Plenty. And we have a minister of works. Nobody, we have people who are MPs who lives down in the southwestern peninsula. And apparently they just come down in helicopter or something. Apparently they have expensive cars that we paying for with trucks that they could come through the potholes easy. So, I mean, that's the name of that tune. Well, I have said my part, and I'm going to beseech the people of Loughborough, please support Mr. Victor Roberts on the next occasions that you have a chance to vote. Because you have an MP, you don't know him, he don't come here, we don't even get water sometimes, nobody to complain to. The roads are in a dilapidated state. They went and do some work upon Bassa Hill recently. And boy, I will put some pictures up. Jeffrey, I want some pictures up in respect to this, so I wouldn't go any further on this one. Because, come on, you all playing with for clungs, man. You all playing with, you cannot do that. You know, they just come in Loughborough, and whenever they do, they tell all you, hey, we go and give all your community center. When they go up while saying, you know what they say? Good evening, what can we do for you? But them will tell you what they're giving you. When they go up there by those where the air is rare and the skin pink, they say, good evening, what can we do for you? Do you need anything? You need security? You need a gated community? Not so in Loughborough, but Loughborough only running to vote for PNM. Running to vote for PNM. Sobo Road was never good until it had a UNC government. There's another road that comes off of Sobo through Chinese Village. Wasn't even a road. It was leaning, so if you drive through there with your car could flip any minute. Now it is a proper road to go from by the church there and come through by the other church in Chinese Village. That was done under UNC. Sobo Road was a misery. People didn't even used to get transport. I used to be a taxi driver then. And I wasn't dropping people in Sobo. You couldn't pay for me to drop you in Sobo. The whole road already bad and Sobo worse. You think I going in there? Every month you're changing rubbers, you're changing shocks. Today, I don't know how a young man who buys a car to work a taxi, to mind a family, I don't know how he would make it, you know. I just don't know how he would make it. Because, brother, every month you'll have to change suspension parts and so on. Gasoline burning out of your car like if they're putting something else in the gasoline. I don't know what is going on. But thank God I'm now an old man and my children would see after me, trust me. So, my brothers and sisters, again, I just want to tell you, my endorsement is from Mr. Victor Roberts. Spread the word, this man is going to help you all. This man is here. If he don't, well, we know what to do. But it's my belief that Mr. Victor Roberts is going to be more there than any other MP I've ever seen in Loughborough. I thank you kindly.
Thanks for the endorsement, Smithy. And of course, you know, I always say what I mean what I say.
All the time.
Right. Yeah, blessing. So at this time, I want to call one of these ladies. Which one of the ladies ready to come and serve food? Well, Kathy and Ethan, so Trace, it look like you got to come and take it. Whatever short and however sweet you want to say, come up. Let me say stand by, you know. Let me say stand by. We go take Marcy after. Watch it. Right, so, the man ready.
Yeah, well, my name is Tristian Doyle. I'm originally grew up in Loughborough all my life. I'm 45 years of age. And for me, it's a list. It's a whole list. We need so much. It's such a shame. You understand? To see in a place that I grew up living, no kind of upliftment under this party because this is a PNM place. This is a PNM place. As they say, if you put a dog in this place, they vote it. You understand? A dog with his foot stand up in the air, they vote it. That's what they say. So, I find it's time for change. It's time for change. Change is good. The people elaborate change is good. Nothing wrong with change. Take a little change. Try a little change. Give change a chance, you know, and let us see what change could do. Because change do a lot. Changes is good.
All right, thank you, Tracy. And at this time, I have my good friend called Marshall, the Library Agenda. You know, I have been on his program a number of times. And it's so happy to see I could have him on my program, Spontaneous. I could have him on my program, Spontaneous. So without any further ado, I will give Colin Marshall the mic. Of course, we are speaking about, you know, what people believe library missing, what people believe library need, you know, what could enhance library. So it's all yours, free forum.
Good day all. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for my gracious host, Mr. Victor Roberts, and I couldn't say no because he has been on the library agenda where library people talk library business. And today is library business again because we are here on a Sunday evening. There's the people meeting, greeting each other, and this is how the vibe, this is what library about. You know what I mean? We go over the boundaries and the borders of race, color, religious, ethnicity, social standings, everything is one love, you know, and everybody know the business, you know. We both contested the 2020 general election, and then I went up for NNV, he went up for UNC, but we still standing here together. The campaign trail, many times we would have crossed, hug up, we would have called each other and work on the same set of programs and the first to help people. And this is what library need. We need to stop see and divide ourselves into colors and to parties, because at the end of the day, what is important? These are the children. You see the youths in them in the back there? The youths I work with at my football academy, youths he's work with, that is very important. Because we are the older ones we going through. We are on the way out, man. We are about the future, because at the end of the day, the past is gone, the present is unfolding, but the future is coming, and that's what we're planning for. So what I would love to see, and what we are going to see, in the name of God, is we're going to see a change in our attitudes. You see this? Because as this demo party, because as that, no. Library is the capital of heaven. We have the 8th wonder of the world, the Pitch Lake, and the 9th wonder of the world, the people. And we the people. And when we say library, we don't mean the village library. We mean the constituency. And a matter of fact, who know the ward a library? Because remember, library had the first oil well in Trinidad and Tobago. Sir Walter Raleigh, when he come here, he pass away, he come where? Library. What the Amerindian was? Library. So we have to understand what library, not library. Not library. Library means and what we are about. Library. So today, I just want to continue thanking Mr. Victor Roberts. And this is beyond politics, because he made certain pledges during the campaign election. That's why we speak about him. I also made some pledges, but we don't talk about me. I just want to be accustomed, or you know me. I want to thank him for continue giving the people that support. People that everybody have an opinion about him, good, bad, or indifferent. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. He keeps showing up. I appreciate that, brother. Thanks for showing up. And I too, as long as God give me health and strength, I'm going to continue showing up. So I'm going to take up all your Sunday evening. Enjoy trying to be going peace and love. And this is what love you're talking about. Love is the currency. So library, you know me. It's the fire marshal. And you know me. Grind to shine, house marshal. I go around. Have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for the little time, right?
Right, so that's the man himself. Yeah. And we really appreciate. Yeah. We go. So I'll touch in a little bit when we close up here. Everybody coming up, don't worry. Right, so daddy love. Of course, Colum went up for the NNV, and of course we cross paths and we assist families in Labre. We help people with their homes and roofs and so on. And my commitment was to stay with the people with Labre, because I am from the constituency of Labre, and here I am I will continue to work with the people and continue to help the people to move forward. At this time, what about Katian? Come and say a few words to the people in Labre. Come and tell them what you think and what you feel and what you... And then we'll bring the youths. The youths will come right after. The youths will come right after. All right, so blessing to you, Katian.
Thank you. Good day, my name is Katian. I'm from Labre. But what I have to say this evening will be kind of ticklish, you understand, because I grew up here for a long while. I left and I come back. And it's the same situation we in right through. But what I am seeing in Labre, people want to step out, but they're frightened of getting victimized. But what I am telling people in Labre, it have nothing called victimized to we. We children come first. We people come first, and nothing is changed in Labre. So I don't know what we want to do for Labre right now, but I am telling everybody, come on board with Victor Roberts. He will make a difference in Labre, because here what I am telling you. This is a lady who look after kids. Everybody know that. Everybody, if you see a kid, they will come by me. If something wrong, the police coming by me. Everybody coming by me. Kathy and this child, this child. These children today, what we going to tell them, where they is going, what it have to encourage these children for. Watch the simple station beach. It had lights, it had all these things. These guys and them used to go down there and play football. Now they have to leave from Labre to go quite sober in the night to play football. Tell me what is really going on in Labre. And hear what? I am not saying that people don't want to come out, you know, but they have a scared. They will frighten because this Labre is P&M zone. They know that. They don't like what is going on, but they're frightened that they will get victimized. But I am telling all you, I am a single woman, and if I could do it, anybody else could do it. We're not doing it for me, we're not doing it for you, but we are doing it for the kids that coming up today. Because if we don't do it right now and make it right, I am telling you, what we is doing for Labre. Right now we is by a park. If you watch around the park, they say it's a park. Watch the park. Watch the park. I'm sorry that they can't show a picture of the park. What kind of park is this? Who children could come here and play when the day come? It have nothing, only grasses, grass, and you know, the place is dirty. What we doing? What we is doing? Look, we have a pitch lake. If you watch the whole of Labre, we talking about Labre, where had the pitch lake. Watch right wrong Labre. Watch up by the fish market. Watch right or wrong. You telling me we have a counselor, you understand? You telling me all you cannot have a work group that will see about the little village or something like that, nothing like that. So I am telling all you today, I do not, what to say really about this. I do not know, but all I asking the people is, come on board with Victor Roberts. I telling you, somehow I have my hopes in him. I have my whole 100 in him that he will make a difference in Labre, and people don't be scared and don't be frightened to be victimized. Come out and show what all you're really for, and all you will see the change we will be getting in Labre. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I would just like to get a better change in Labre. You understand? I have been in Labre since I born, from small, coming up to now. And Labre had every single thing I know. Everything. Inside Labre here was real nice. Right? Labre gone through. Just because of this election thing with who is this one and that one, right? And according to Mr. Victor Roberts, we are about the people, not about the party. I myself about the people, not about the party. I'm a people person. You understand? And I would like to see a betterment in Labre here today. Right? A betterment for the people. people, not the party, like those people them who in power right now just only want to fill their pocket and don't give a damn about what's going on with the youths and whatever. You understand? And I find we fed up at that. Enough is enough. You understand? Look at Labre. Look at Labre. Right? Where the MP. Where the, you understand? I don't even watch. You understand? I don't even know. Come on, people. Come on, people. It's time. It's time for all you to put on all your foot and look out and stop being stubborn with all yourself. Stop being stubborn. Right? All you rich already. We have the youths to see about right about now. It is no longer about no party people. We are about the people and the youths. And the youths. Look at Labre all here. Look at Labre. Look at the block. Look at the block. Right? Look at the block. Come on, people. Come on.
Thank you very much. So let me get some youths coming out here now, and let us hear what the youths have to say. Let us hear what the youths have to say, what they expect, what they're disappointed with. Let the youths and them talk. Let the youths and them talk now. So we come into the youths. Youths, let's do what I do.
Good evening. We are here to speak on behalf of the youths.
My name is Alia Lois. Just imagine when students come out of school with subjects that have nothing to do. It's embarrassing because when it have certain students, when they come out of school, they may not be able to take in work physically, but they have other skills. Like, for example, women, girls, they could braid hair, do courses like nails. Just,
Okay, so what she's trying to say is, imagine you're coming out of school with 5 subjects and there's no jobs for us in library. It's based on a who know who, then they get a job. So you're home with just 7 subjects, a degree, and they just have nothing to do in the community. You're just passing time. And they like to say the youths don't like nothing, but there's nothing for the youths. And enough is enough. It's time we as youths, we come together and we stand up and we say, no, we demand work, we demand employment, we demand that we have a career, we demand that we have a life in library. Just imagine 47 years of PNM and there's nothing for the youths in library. I mean, come on. There's trade, there's no trade school. And if they do bring trade school, there's some kind of thing like airport fixing. We don't need that in library. We need mechanics. We need hairdressing for the girls. We need to learn how to cook, home economics. I mean, come on. Watch our roads. Library is the land of pitch and our roads is the worst. And I mean, coming more to that, it's not just a library thing alone, it's a whole country. PNM, this is not the right way. The youths need something and enough is enough. So coming soon, the youths will have a group and we will have a voice. Thank you.
Right, so they are the youths in the bus there, everybody balling, you see. When you hear them, the youths talk, everybody supporting the youths. Hear them in the back there. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying that there is qualified, there is talented, there is people in this constituency who are properly well educated. There are those who are skilled. And to the end of the day, I am saying that there is absolutely nothing in this constituency. And it's quite unfair. It's quite unfair to the young people. I mean, somebody say we gone through a while ago, and I hear somebody say not we. And they say, one of the ladies say me going through. Well, I want to side on that part. I want to side on the side of the woman who say she ain't going through, right? Not yet, right? Leave my way up. All right, good. I just want to make sure I ain't going through now. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Facts Not Fiction. This is in Labre. We are here. We are having a time. We cook. We having a little oil down. We having a time. And while we do that, and while we continue to do this in Labre, every 2 weeks we'll be in a different part of Labre. and bringing this love, bringing this awareness, helping people to understand that it's not about party, it's about people, helping people to understand what has happened over the years, why are we so neglected, why we are behind in terms of constituency, and we would make serious amends to this. We will definitely assist this constituency to move forward. I want to also say at this time, Archie, we will break here and we will come back. We will break at this point in time and we will come back. Here this afternoon, I want to thank each and every one for their contribution in relation to what they have said in relation to this constituency. You know, I have my own ills of the constituency, and the reason for me saying that is that I personally am totally dissatisfied with what I have seen over the years in this constituency. I said to you on a number of occasions, I came out the bowels of the PNM. My father, my mother, my grandparents, all of us was PNM. And a matter of fact, my mother is still PNM, and she's still alive, unlike my father who passed. But to the end of the day, this cannot be about I am a PNM and I am a UNC. It cannot be about that. This have to be about the people. This have to be about the constituency. This have to be about the development. This have to be about putting policies in place to enhance the ability of the citizens and preparing the way, the future for the youths. We have seen for the past 6-7 years under the Skeet Rowley administration, we have seen one set of people who continue to benefit: the Alwaris, the Stuart Young, the Sinanans, the Husseins, the Imberts. They continue to benefit from the public purse while the rest of the citizens suffer. And I am saying that the country must rise up against this. The country must take a holistic stand against this type of nepotism. The wealth of this country belongs to each and every one of the citizens of the citizens of this country. Why people believe that we elect a party or a group of individuals into office, and when we elect them into office, they becomes the boss and we becomes the servant. When it's time for voting, they pass, they knock your doors, they beg you, support us, they come to you, they speak about nice policies, they speak about development, they speak about how they will assist you, they speak about what they're going to bring to the community. And we have seen over the years in the constituency of Labre, this have been nothing but promises. And how long will the people of Labre live on promises? The time has come that the people of Labre must demand what is theirs. I have said before that this constituency built Trinidad and Tobago. We have Station Beach. We have ships from throughout the universe who would have come there and take our asphalt and develop other nations while we suffer with deplorable roads within our constituency. And to the end of the day, all we continue to receive from the politicians is promises and more promises. You see, I don't want to let blame the politicians alone, you know. All you to blame all yourself too. Because all you stand up with politicians who never stand up for all you. All you to blame all yourself too. All you never say, well, look, we have suffered for 45 years. And you see the next 2 years, let me try something new. No, we didn't do that. We continue to suffer under our government. And we suffer. Some of our parents, the onlyest income they have is a pension. And it seems as though that the youths, it seems as though that we intend to wait for a pension too. We must say no to that. We must say that governments must bring development, they must bring policies. The youth must have a fair chance to own a house, to own a business, to do something. We have youths who are quite educated, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, all among the subject. And to the end of the day, that'll go and work in a cloth store or go buy KFC. Why? My question is why? Why this must happen? And Labre, you have the authority to start this type of revolution. You must start a people's revolution. And this people's revolution must not come with guns and bombs and cutlass, but this revolution must come with you standing for what is right, standing for your rights, and ensuring that those who you have elected in office deliver. That is what you have to decide. And the only how this will happen is not by 3, 4, or 5 people saying, I want change, but a collective effort where we the people will demand change in our constituency to ensure that our future, our children's future, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren have an opportunity in this society that when we pass, that they could continue our legacy. We have to take that stand, people. We have to take that stand. We can no longer allow this to be Indian and African. Cannot. This must be people. I don't want nobody tell me about Indian. I don't want nobody tell me about African. I want people to talk to me about people. Talk to me about how we moving forward. How we moving the Indian people forward and how we moving the African people forward. We have seen under the PNM, and they go vex with me today, they go vex. We have seen under the PNM. Who benefited under the PNM? I making it plain and bold. The African people never benefited under the PNM. Never benefited. We never benefited under the PNM. We suffer. It is 1 or 2 classes of people that benefit under the PNM. And today, I come in on the face to tell you, the people who benefit is the Syrian and the rich Indian. Them is who benefit under the PNM. Not the poor African. Not the poor Indian. The poor Indian never benefit. The poor African never benefit. It is one group of people that benefit. Well, don't talk about the Chinese. The Chinese, well, I am trying to wonder. I am trying to wonder if Stuart Young should now become Stuart Pong. That's why I'm trying to wonder. Because it seems as though everybody could come to Trinidad and Tobago and benefit, except the people who born here, who grow here, the people who invest here. Everybody could benefit. I asked the African man today, you watch around, where's your drugstore African? Where is your grocery African? Where is your big excavator and your low boy? How much contract you get under the PNM African? How much? And that is reality. I comment to that. I comment to that. So we continue to suffer under the African people. We continue to endure hardship. Hardship and more hardship. And under Rowley, well, let me tell you something. Is devil take the highmost. Because let me as Smithy bring that point. Let me develop it. We had a petrotrin refinery. Who we was refining with own fuel. When you refine your own fuel, you can be a competitor on any market, whether local, whether domestic or international market, because you refining your own fuel. Keith Rowley, I call any name, took it upon himself. As a result, ladies and gentlemen, of this big oil scandal with Rowley friend A&V Drilling, Rowley said to the public that only remember I was abroad when I heard this bacchanal. And of course, I called my friend to find out what this is about. So the media asked Rowley, Prime Minister, would it not be appropriate, you being the Prime Minister, calling the subject of an investigation, you calling him, don't you think that is inappropriate? Here, Rowley. Well, that is my friend. And what kind of man will have a friend and hear something like this? And all you know when you hear, he ready to lie, he just fidget. He fidgeting left, right, left. What kind of man will have a friend and hear something like this and don't call to inquire? Mr. Prime Minister, you is either an idiot or a fool. An idiot or a fool. You is the Prime Minister of this country. And once there is an investigation, you are also head of the National Security Council. Your Attorney General is also the one who ought to prosecute any kind of corruption. You have a line minister at the time, Franklin Khan, who could have speak and do anything, but you so into it that you have to call Bash to find out what this is about. Let me tell you something, Prime Minister. Prime Minister, let me careful what I'm saying because I know all the hurry with pre-action protocol letter. But Prime Minister, you are a failure. You is a failure. That is what you are. You are a failure to government. You are a failure to the African people. You are a failure to the youth. If my son only watch you and say, Daddy, look my mentor, I throw him up in the air and say, Daddy, nice child, and I walk off. That is what I will do. Because you is a failure, Mr. Prime Minister. This government cover up every aspect of corruption. A matter of fact, A&V lost in the courts. He lost in the local court. He lost in the high court. He lost in the appeal court. When they sent the matter to the Privy Council said to him, you don't have a case. But yet, you as the Prime Minister, you and Alwari, only facilitate arbitration where only pick arbiters who will suit that situation. And next thing, we hear every drilling win, and we hear he have to be paid how much millions of dollars. That is what all you do. And then later, I see every drilling in a video saying, Rowley, watch out Indiana's wine. Watch. And calling the N-word. All you feel is only N-word could whine. Watch out. And he calling the next word. And hear him, Rowley, I love you like how hog love mud. And Stuart Young, I love all you like how. You know what you want to do? You want to carry all in the mud and muddy all you up. That's what you want to do it all here. Muddy all you up in the mud. And that is how they sell out the people of this country. Or they sell out the African people. Keith Rowley, you sell out the black people in this country. And everybody, and I'm saying it hard, all of them who choose to still support the PNM, the wicked to the self, the wicked to the mother, the wicked to the father, the wicked to the children. The wicked. Anybody who's supporting this PNM, because this PNM is not the PNM that we know, you know. This PNM is the syndicate PNM. This is the mafia PNM. This is the PNM that will cut your throat and drink your blood with a straw. That is this PNM. So I am telling Labre, it's time you stand up and denounce this wicked, evil government who portray that they are for you when they are against you. This PNM never uplift Labre. They never build Labre. They never stand up with the people of Labre. Or they have an MP that they call Maclache. They call him Maclache. This morning when I come down here, a man come to me, he say, morning sir, you is the MP for the area? Well, I start to laugh. I say one of them. Because what? If you put up Maclache picture, the children can come and say, look the MP here. That is how disgusting and how disgraceful all they treat the people at Labre. You know what I'm telling you? That is how wicked all is. All they victimize Labre. All they punish Labre. All they do Labre. All the injustice that exists over the years in this country, and all they expect we to stand up with all you because all they come and talk race, because they talk about black man government and African, and Rowley's African, and I's are African. I don't want to be no African with those who keep me in bondage, boy. I don't want to be no African with those who keep me under the colonial master. What this government is doing is keeping us in bondage without shackles. That is what they are doing. And today, people in Labre, I am calling on you to stand up and denounce this government and choose a representative who will deliver to you, the people at Labre. That is what representation must be about. It can't be no same old. I can't care about Keith Rowley when Keith Rowley don't care about them little train on the swing. When Keith Rowley cut the laptop, when Keith Rowley take away the textbooks, when he cut the food feeding program, today them children is more vulnerable to do the wrong thing than to do the right thing. You know why? Because there's very little opportunity for them to do the right thing because the government have cut and withdraw every support. The single mother would have gotten a grant under Kamala. They would have get money. They would have been able to buy milk and pampers. Rowley cut it. Today people go with the food card and they can't even get food. That is the kind of animal we have running this country. And people in Library, now is the time for you to wake up, stand up, and fight to save what is left in the treasury in this country. Otherwise, Crapo, smoke your pipe. I hand it over to Jeffrey.
Good evening, people. Good evening. Good evening. Now I want to formally introduce myself. My name is Renaissance Jeffrey. I is the nephew of the former Member of Parliament, Mr. Fitzgerald Jeffrey. I come from PNM. I born in PNM. From the time I wake up, from things I know myself, they tell me I'm a PNM. And I say, yes, that was. But in going along, I would have seen something in this administration that kind of evil. I would have seen that they're saying something, but when they reach into power, they forget the people. I would have seen the kind of nasty acts that they did to certain people, and when they done, they pull out the hand and they say, we never tell you that. I ain't ready to tell people that one yet. You understand? But here what I'm telling you, I know you're listening, bump. I'm calling on you to resign. I'll give you some time. I'll give you a little 3 months. Yeah. Otherwise, I will let the public know your dirty laundries. I know everything. Everything. I'm going to let the people know that. That is how real it is. Because when I talk, I want to send a pre-action protocol letter and I have 100 witnesses to back me up concerning that. I can tell you about the housing distribution. And, let me stop. Let me stop. I can tell all who is your family that get. But I'm going to leave that for our next day. Yeah. Let me come with it. Yeah. It does. But I'm going to come with it here today. Let me tell you something. We have been told from a young age that we is PNM. So we just accept the fact. And although we're not getting no representation, we will still go along with it because they tell me that we think PNM is our thing and we should support it regardless of what. But it reached a point that nothing is coming back to the people and we have to do something about it. So when I started to see Victor stand up, I say, boy, I a PNM, you know. I say, boy, I'm working right now. He drop a hamper for me. He have not nothing, brother. The next week, he called me. He said, boy, what going on with you? I said, well, I know nothing. He drop a next one. I said, brother, he's a PNM. This is not about that. He said, there is not about that. I said, boy, what this man really, like this man trying to fool me or something? Or? I said, let me go along with it. Let me see how it's going. And me and the man started to talk. Victor, we talking, we going along. I said, nah, man, this can't be real. I go on and I talk to my partner. I say, boy, look what this man doing here. Now watch this man, you know. But I see any days going along and everything going on the same way. This man can't be lying. You understand? It's over a year now that I'm moving with this man here. You understand? And he's still delivering. So why I must not support Victor? And here I tell you here today. I want you to support this man here too. Yeah, what's going on? We have to change here. And we cannot change it without all your support. You understand? We can't change it without all your support. We want all our on board. When Victor go into Parliament, Library will be represented in Parliament. That is what it is. When when Victor go into parliament, is everybody here will have a voice. And if he could deliver now and he not there, imagine what he did. So here what I telling you here today, here now, in Library, I will support this man until the very end. I go support this man. Because this man stand up for me when I didn't have nothing. And I see him stand up for other people and he not even self in a position to do that right about now. Why not Oya not give this man a chance? Why Oya still want to go back with that kind of PNM mentality? And I go tell you something. We have 2 industry in the area, 2 industrial estate. And the whole of the community at Library is outside. We don't know where to go. It are no liaison. And we seeing that outsiders coming into Library and raping and plundering our community. And we have nothing to get out of it. We are seeing the elders locking down certain positions and not giving the youths a chance. Now is the time for the youths to stand up. Now is the time for that. And here what's going on. We was promised a deep water harbor. Boy, we was promised a plywood factory. We was promised a desalination plant in Vancouver. You understand? And now is the time, the people that promise us all these things in this community, we do not want them here. Bump, we don't want you here. Makashi, we don't want you here. You're not representing us. You're not. Everybody look. I want to go into that yet. I don't want to go in. You're edging me up for me to bust that mark, but I'm going to leave it for next time. You understand what I mean? We have been underrepresented for far too long underneath the PNM administration, and they have been comfortable. It's time for us to make them uncomfortable. We want justice in our community. We want fairness. We want the work and the jobs to come back to the people. We want people to get a chance. That is what we want in this community. So I don't know again who I to talk. I'm not Miss Cat.
Good evening again. We want to say thanks for this turnout that we have here. Victor Roberts, I thank you for being on board with us all the way, because we treat you bad the last time. I don't have to cover my mouth. I'm not covering my mouth. We treated you like a woman who horn she husband, and you is giving us a next chance again to do it right. And this time I'm asking Library, please come on board with us to make it right. We are having a next cookout, half a stretch on the mall, everybody will know. That will be next fortnight. And I would like to see more turnout. The people have to come on board for us to know, yes, we are doing it right this time. So all I am saying, thanks for being here, and we will see him again. And he is not leaving us. Library all the way. Victor Roberts.